Welcome to our report on art appreciation. In this presentation, we will be discussing Lesson 4 subject and content. The team members contributing to this report are Hart Alihino, Hannah Hintorizo, Lara May Florentino, Nico Imperial, General Dote, John Lloyd Masamlok, Claire De La Torre, and Dodong Lanzo.
I am Claire, so let's start at the objectives. So first, differentiate representational art and non-representational art. And identify the subject and contents in arts. And number 3, identify the subject matter and specific example of art. So these are the expected lesson to be learned by the end of discussion. So let's proceed to definition of terms. We have here the subject, content, and form. So the subject is the visual focus or image that may be extracted from examining the artwork. The what? The subject of a work is indeed the visual focus or image that you can simply identify by looking at the artwork. Is the what, or the artwork, the thing immediately grabs your attention. For example, in piece of art, most recognizable element. Imagine a painting of a sunset over a field. The subject is the sunset and the field is the most obvious thing you see. So number 2 is the content. Content is the meaning that is communicated by the artist of the work. The why. The content of a artwork is the meaning behind the subject, is the why the artist choose to depict the particular subject and what they want to communicate to the viewer. Think of it as the deeper layer of interpretation going beyond the literal image to understand the artist's intentions, emotions, and ideas. So number 3, form. Form is the development and configuration of the artwork, how the element and the medium material are put together. The how. The form of a work of art is the how of its creation. It's the development and configuration of the artwork, how the artist uses elements and materials to bring their vision of life. Think of it as the structure and organization of the artwork, though the way the artist uses line, shape, color, texture, space, and composition to create a visual experience.
There are two types of subject in arts. The first one is representational art. This type of arts have subjects that refers to objects or events occurring in the real world. Also termed figurative art because the figures depicted are easy to make out and decipher. So here on the next slide is the Huacun Sorales Valencian Fisherman. It's a remarkable example of representational art.
Non-representational art. Art forms that do not make a reference to the real world, whether it is a person, a place, a thing, or even a particular event. It is stripped down to visual elements, such as shapes, lines, and colors that are employed to translate a particular feeling, emotion, and even concept, also termed non-figurative art. Non-representational art is a style of abstraction art. This style is so unique. It does not attempt to depict any real object from the real world around us. It is created with the innermost feelings and thoughts of the artist, and tries to connect with the viewer's innermost feelings too. Non-representational art is an incredibly powerful type of expression. It allows both the artist and viewers to delve deeper into our imagination, thoughts, and especially self-expression. So this is the example of non-representational art.
Source and kinds of subjects. Source of subject: nature, history, Greek and Roman mythology, Judeo-Christian tradition, sacred Oriental text, other works of arts, and kinds of subject, history, still life, animals, figures, nature, landscape, seascape, cityscape, and methodology, myth, dreams, fantasize. Vincent William van Gogh, Die Ebene von Overs, Wet Fields near Overs, Fernando Amorsolo, Fruit Pickers Under the Mango Tree, Fabian de la Rosa, Young Woman in the Rice Field, Folio from the Late Shah Jahan, circa 1650, Shah Jahan receiving Darashiko, Francisco de Goya, El Tres de Mayo.
Content and art, which means the meaning or message that is expressed or communicated by artwork. Means diri mosulod si ideas, ang themes, ang emotions, and message convey ni artist sa iyahang artwork. Best example is the Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. Ang content sa iyang painting is the artist's emotional response to the night sky, using swirling brush strokes and vibrant colors to express his inner turmoil and fascinations with the cosmos. And also, in understanding the contents of art, it is important to note that there are various levels of meaning, and the next reporter will discuss the levels of meaning.
We have here the three types of context in arts. First one is the factual meaning. The most rudimentary level of meaning, for it may be extracted from identifiable, recognizable forms in artwork and understand how this element related to one another. Portraits to the acknowledged interpretation of the artwork using motifs. Motifs means kana mga pattern, mga signs and symbols, and other ciphers, signs, mga symbols ang iyang meaning. Kani mga conventions are established through time, strengthened by recurrent use and wide acceptance by its viewers or audience and scholar who study them. Third one, we have here the subjective meaning. Subjective meaning are consulted. A variety of meanings may arise when a particular work of art is read. This meaning stem from viewers or audience circumstances that come to play engaging with art. What we know, what we learned, what we experience, and what value we stand for.
Subject: biblical art. Factual meaning: creation story, creation of man. There are different stories of creation of man, like the Norse mythology. In Norse mythology, the first man, Embla, were created by the gods Odin, Vio, and Ve from 2 tree trunks. Conventional meaning: man was created in the image and likeness of God. In Imago Dei, this Latin term means image of God and suggests that humans possess certain divine attributes. This ideal implies that humans have inherent dignity and value because they reflect aspects of God's nature. Subject meaning: endowment of intellect to man from God, generally refers to the belief that human intelligence and rational abilities are a divine gift.
In conclusion, subject in art is as dynamic with culture and imagination. It never runs out and is never fully exhausted, from the simple concept to the complex artistic creation. However, the challenge for the artist is on her storytelling and retelling of a story, of a reality. Hence, the artist-subject presentation must be clear and well organized in order not to confuse audience. Clarity of one's choice of a subject is imperative because the content of the artwork itself is the soul of its artistic creation.
Every subject reveals the conviction of the artist, thus it is also serves as the extension of what he believes in. To carry out effectively this objective of bringing clarity and precision to one's subject, personal preference and biases of the artist must be taken into account, as well as the artist's background and ideological perspective, because consciously or unconsciously they could be transmitted and revealed in their artwork. After all, art itself is storytelling and at times conveys powerful and inspiring stories. We may never know how our work may evoke a sense of curiosity, wonder, meaning, or inspiration